I don't believe they're frauds. I think they'll be there in the end.
What a season for the Raiders.
Yeah, considering everything that they went through, right? From the John Gruden things to the Henry Ruggs to the players with the gun
playing
Call of Duty.
Either, but they're not even close to being the best team in their division. They're a wild card team at best.
If Derek Carr is not the quarterback of the Raiders, they're not here.
Kind of remake their roster a little bit here today. They matched Chandler Jones with Max Crosby. They had Rocky Sin in the secondary. They lose Yannick Ngakoue.
Devontae Adams, in a massive move here, MJ, is headed to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Quick flight. Go, man. Third grade year move. I said I want to be an NFL star, an NBA star. I was wearing Charles Winston jersey at the time, so it's been documented forever. So I guess you could say it's meant to be.
I don't believe.
Hey, yo, what's good, YouTube? This is your boy, Dirty Low. We're right here, man. We're doing a little pre-record. I got a couple guests right now. I have a bit of a couple things to take care of with family issues tomorrow and stuff like that. So it's like I got a couple of the guys together and say, hey, we're going to do this pre-record because I do my show every Saturday. I will be putting the show out, and you'll be seeing it, today, Saturday, once you get it. But, yeah, this is going to be the show. We're just going to just run it and go from there. I got Gabe, I got Gravy, and I also got Farrell. What's good, everybody?
What's up, fellas?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. All right. Good, man. Chilling, man. Ready to roll. Got a few things just put out real quick. Once you guys see this video, we're just going to basically go over some of the key game points of what's going to happen, preview on what we're expecting of the Raiders, our team, you know what I'm saying, whatever or not. But before we get into all that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And all my people, man, I said I've been averaging about a good 100 views per video, you know what I'm saying? So get in those comments. I know we're not going to do it live, and this is going to be a little different for all of us because I don't think any of it, has anybody done a pre-record like this? I mean, besides Farrell, because, Farrell's, he's doing his thing.
A fucking guru and shit.
Yeah, he's a guru all of a sudden. He's just busted out. He's just sitting there. He's fucking every single video has Finn at the end. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the art piece. It's a masterpiece, bro. But no, anyways.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Besides Farrell, we're the only ones that haven't done a pre-record. So we're just gonna run it and see how it goes, man. So what's good, fellas? Gravy, Farrell, Gabe, what's up? Talk to us.
Chilling, bro.
Chilling, man.
Excited for Sunday, man. I want to see some different things happening.
I want to see an improvement. Every game has been an improvement. This week, we heard Adam say that Wednesday was one of the best practice they had. You know what I mean? So far this season. So that's good to hear. The players are focused. They're practicing hard. Usually when you practice hard, everybody's on the same page. That equals. I mean, it means a lot of good things on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and other than Renfro and I think
defense,
yeah. Other than Renfro and some of that, we're all pretty healthy out there.
Monroe's gone too.
Monroe, yeah, Foster's gone.
Yeah, Foster's gone.
And Monroe's gone, but I know we're getting Perriman back. We Hobbs, dodged the bullet, but with the Tua thing, hopefully that's just they play it careful, just because you know what I mean. That shit was pretty crazy yesterday yesterday with Tua and shit. That shit was scary, but I want to see them put four quarters together, man. 4 quarters and let's get this dub, bro.
Yes, sir.
I agree. I completely agree.
Man, I hope to see
100%.
that Josh McDaniels comes to his senses and says, I don't know what that was, but what I was trying to say was that I hope to see Josh McDaniels sticks to run the ball this Sunday. You know what I mean?
Is that
like,
all?
Nah, I want to see a lot, but that's like one of the biggest things, to be honest with you, because I think that we probably could have won a couple of games if we kind of stayed committed to the game. You know what I mean? I felt like there are times, and I brought this up in Gabe's show yesterday, where like literally when you're averaging 5.1 yards per carry against the Titans, when you get to the red zone, it's not like they were like stuffing us, like, you know what I mean? Like they were packing the line of scrimmage and we weren't getting nothing. We were actually the five times that we decided to run the ball in the red zone, we averaged 4.6 yards.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're doing good things in the run game, but we just for some reason even when we if you think about it, remember when we're fighting back in the game, we're getting back into the game, and that last drive, it was a lot of time left. And I was noticing like, wow, like they could just keep passing the ball, but it's a lot of time left. Like, why don't you incorporate the run? Like, because don't you want to play chess? Hey, if they get the ball back, do you want them to have time left in the? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just seems like McDaniels. I don't know if he's overwhelmed as a head coach. I don't know if he needs to give up play calling duties. I personally don't want that to happen. I probably want him to get help as far as in-game responsibilities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What y'all think about that?
Dirty, you know, we talked about that earlier today.
We were just talking about that shit earlier.
And what I told him was, guys, is that I told him our mistakes that we're making are fundamentally mistakes, you know, fundamentals and mind stuff, penalties, not being where you're supposed to be at, route, you know, disposition, and we're analyzing it as that, you know, this guy is calling all these bad plays. To me, I don't think that's the case. You know, the if you look at the tape, and Pharaoh, I know you're real good looking at that stuff. As you can see, you know, this guy Arlovsky played 3 smidgets of a play. That was one play, and Davante Adams is wide open here and wide open there. Yes,
Right.
that's going to happen. But the quarterback has progressions, and then you got to look at the pass rush that's happening around him. You know, he can have a wide open package, but that might not be his number one target.
Right.
The Davante Adams can get open probably any time on the field. And we would say, throw it to Davante Adams every damn play. If we do that, then everybody else will get eliminated. Feelings will get hurt, and we'll be bitching about something else.
Right.
But going back to the McDaniels things, is that the stuff that we're doing wrong can be fixed as far as coaching. It's not like the team is down, the team is breaking down. You know, you could go into practice and fix those ball security problems, those route problems, and get the timing down and things like that. We're this close of that happening because we've seen the plays that work, you know, a la Hollins making those great catches in the middle and then those quick posts and those slants and stuff. That was football that worked. And then we could get the other guys to just slow down maybe a little bit or get in your position and don't overthink. I think this offense would pop drastically, and then all of us will be happy as far as you know the penalties we get is a problem in the red zone. You know, we're 3 inches or 3 and 1, and then we end up to be 6 because of a penalty. You know, delay of games. You're not getting a play in. That's McDaniels. You know, I don't see Carr throwing out tags to his guys. He's just saying, go here, go there, go there. I don't see him doing the type of things that I've seen before to where he's changing a play to a run play.
He's not comfortable with it.
Yeah, he's not. Or maybe he has 2 plays, 3 plays at once, but he's not. He don't know the tags yet, but he should know the tags. He knows this offense because all the stuff that they're saying about he takes 6 weeks to jail. I ain't with that, man. You know,
that's rookie type excuse, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like that. Like,
you know, basically he's been through every offense in football the last 9 years, besides the wing T shit. Whatever that you do.
Rookie, what I mean by that is that's either rookie or like a not somebody that's not an elite or somebody that's not a top 15 quarterback.
Yeah.
And what we're hoping is that he is one of those top 10, top 15 quarterbacks. You know what I mean? So he can't have those excuses. You know what I mean? That's why I like I mean I understand it's necessary in some cases, but he's supposed to be our franchise guy. He's supposed to be that guy that people are saying that he's top 10, whatever, by the numbers and all that shit. So he can't have those excuses.
Yeah. And as far as Farrell with the run game, that's I'll do it every play if I could. You know what I mean? I love the run game. But the thing is that there's certain situations where when you're coming from behind, you don't want that time to lapse. You want to save that time. And then a lot of the times where we were running real good and we had to come back and we're saying we should have ran the ball at this time, they're not going to call a timeout because they're in the lead. And then we're going to let the time run because we're trying to get the first down and stuff. There's different options, but we should not just totally get rid of it like we do in halves. This was once in a while.
And just so I know everybody got to talk, but I just wanted to say something to what you just said right now. Definitely last game, it was kind of like it's in a bad example of what I'm trying to say as far as running the ball. Obviously, literally, this is part of one of the biggest themes of the season. We can't play a full game for some reason. Early on, the defense was giving up points left and right. You know what I mean? So the offense had to score. We had to keep up. And then once we kind of fumbled a little bit, then that's when, McDaniels kind of got into pass heavy mode. But let's be honest here. McDaniels so far has shown us that he's more of a pass heavy type of offensive coordinator. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you compare him, he's more of he's closer to Andy Reid than someone else that likes to run the ball a little bit more. Yeah. But my thing is that's fine. That's okay. I just want to keep the defense honest. Run the ball a little bit, certain situations, especially in the red zone. Those are good opportunities to get Josh Jacobs some carries, a physical guy that can break tackles, shifty. If he sees a crease, he's going to get there. We can get on his long speed all we want, but as far as explosion into the hole, he has that. Josh Jacobs has that. He has that shiftiness.
Just like in blackjack, dog, you got to ride the hot hand, dog. It's fucking that shit. You got to ride the hot hand when it's there, and he's fucking averaging 5 yards a carry, especially going into a drive, and you see him, getting 8, getting 5, getting 6 and shit like that. You gotta ride that hot hand, bro. And it's he goes away from it too quick.
See, McDaniels doesn't realize, or he does, or I think he's overcompensating for something. I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to do the trick plays, but a lot of the players that he has right now are in their fucking prime. Think about it. Devontae Adams in his prime. Waller, I mean, so. Is young. He's healthy-ish. But he's playing, he can play good ball. You know what I mean? If he has the ball in his hands, he's averaging 14 to 17 yards a fucking catch, bro. This guy's a fucking playmaker when he's making plays. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, though, you don't need to run the fucking full spread offense fast as fuck like young guys over there in Cincinnati, bro. That's not what you do. You have to minimize it. You're not I was telling Gravy too, and I said it yesterday. It's when I first was working out, I was listening to heavy metal and just being but now I can listen to fucking Celine Dion or lo-fi music and I can get the same fucking workout, bro. It's it's mentality, bro. You know what I mean? And I think what he's doing, he's just too excited. All this shit, you know what I mean? Relax, bro. Play the game. Play to their strengths. Fucking slow it down. Fucking play. Slow the tempo down, bro. Stop fucking going 120. Hit it about maybe about 92, maybe 88. You know what I'm saying? There's a good little flow and just keep it moving. And you know what I mean? Things change in the game to where it's you have to adjust, but the adjustments that he's making are fucking insane. On both sides of the ball, the adjustments, they're either going all in or they're backing the fuck off, and it makes no sense. It should be a consistent basis. You know what I mean? If you want to give one, and this is fucking stupid for me to even say this because I don't even know the mentality of it, because I think JT said this shit. He said that defensive play to kill the clock, which is fucking stupid. I thought defense is supposed to get you off the field so you can get your offense on the fucking field. Anyways, but if we give up, it varies, right? So if we have to give up, say, hey man, our offense, we're on the field for 8-9 minutes, give us a couple minutes, give them 3 points. You know what I mean? That I can get a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I get that part. To give them just a little bit of a breather. You know what I mean? But when it's time to step up and stop these motherfuckers, know that we can do it. And the thing is, we can do it, but we got to make the right fucking adjustments, bro.
Yeah, see, that's another point where Josh McDaniels fucked up totally, dog. How do you not know that? That's just even in Pop Warner, dog. When you're winning by that much, you run the fucking ball, dog. He gave up, there was a couple of drives where He literally he took 23 seconds off the clock when your defense was dead tired, bro. Like you don't like that shit's a Pop Warner type football shit. Like, you gotta run the fucking ball. You gotta run some time off the clock, and you gotta at least let your defense, try to rest some. Catch some breath.
Your quarterback has fucking like 4 interceptions right now, and you have your number one wide receiver trying to throw a pass, bro. You're fucking relax, bro. Chill out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't make no sense.
Well, like I was telling you, Dirty, what do you guys think about this? Is that this guy has been with the coach for so many years, 20 years, 15 years, off 2 years with Denver and came back and was successful. And when he didn't go to Denver, their offense fell off real bad. They went from way down. So obviously the guy's a good offensive mind. He knows all this stuff. But what I told Dirty Low was that I said, look, man, he doesn't have anybody above him to tell him, like, you're running that shit with Devontae throwing the football. He doesn't have Belichick the next play saying, hey, we ain't doing that shit no more. You know what I mean?
That's true.
That shit ain't gonna happen. So run the football.
It's not a crutch. What did I say? It's like a regulator on a carburetor. So it doesn't
Belichick has a lot of power.
Belichick had a regulator on him, like, hey, no, we're gonna run the ball. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, the head coach. Shout out to Dirty. The head coach micromanages everything, and he definitely knows what the defense is calling, what the offensive play call. He's aware of what's going on. So especially if it's a big moment in the game, you know that like
it's kind of you're getting feedback. Oh no, you're good. I'm sorry, Farrah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, in big moments in the game, the head coaches know exactly what's going on. So if he feels like, hey, it could be a defensive minded coach, and like, for example, Bill Belichick is obviously a defensive minded coach,
right?
And Josh McDaniels, he was running that offense. All the years that they were successful, he was running that offense. But best believe it was a big moment in the game. Bill Belichick was like, nah, we're running the ball.
Quit doing that shit.
Yeah. That's called coaching the game. That's being a coach. Like, you recognizing the what's going on at that very moment, that the time that's left on the clock. You got to be aware of all the situation. Offensive coordinators is just looking at ways to exploit the defense. At the end of the day, let's be honest. A coach, you got to be able to manage the game. You're trying to win the game, And I think
like
Josh
the things
McDaniels,
that he's doing, Pharaoh, that's a great point. Great. And then what he's doing is that he's getting delay of games, clock management, not getting the play in on time.
So
that is head coach shit. You know what I mean? That's head coach stuff. Right. Having the right guys, 11 guys out there, not lagging on that, but he's lagging on that, and then calling an offense, it's messing him up. He needs to pick one or the other.
Dirty made a point with the micromanaging yesterday because Farrell had asked a question, and the question was, should Josh McDaniels give up the reins? And I did agree with Dirty on the micromanaging part, but Dirty still was like, no, he doesn't need to give that up. I was suggesting that him, what's his name? Lombardi, and McDaniels, they sat down, let Carr and Lombardi come up with a game plan, and then let McDaniels say yes, no, do. And so they know, boom, this is what we're doing. We're all in on this, and Carr can play freely. Dirty, I mean, I don't think he felt like, well, he basically stated something along the lines like that would be a bad move for a first time offensive coordinator to give him the reins of this elaborate offense, which I do understand, but all you got to do is simplify it.
No,
you know what I'm saying? He wants to win now, and you got a quarterback that can win now, so you implement what works for him and the team that you got around you. You know what I'm saying? You're not reinventing the fucking wheel. You see what I'm saying? So it's like what Dirty was saying, like, I agree. The only thing where I disagree is, like, you have a quarterback that has since 12 years old, has been in the fucking NFL locker rooms, bro. Like, he has that intelligence. He knows what the fuck to do. He knows this team. This is his fucking team. When it comes down to, you're just a part of what he's doing, bro. Like, if you really, really think about it, the longest player is fucking Derek Carr.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the reason why I didn't like that excuse. Like, it kind of sounded like an excuse when he said when he said that he wanted to throw it where he thought McDaniels wanted him to throw it. You know what I mean? It's like, like, bro, you gotta make those decisions out there on your own, bro. Like, but
he has to be a part of it, though.
Yeah, I got you.
See what I'm saying? And McDaniels is not letting him be. McDaniels is not letting Derek Carr be the last 4 games of last year of Derek Carr and letting Derek Carr be Derek Carr. He's trying to
with the plays like in motion. With the plays in motion, if you read, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't like the fact that he said like he's trying to just throw it to where McDaniels is trying to make him throw it. Like, if you see that the guy like that if that's what McDaniels wants you to throw it, but you see that guy covered or something like that, and the other guy's not, I need you to make that decision. You know what I mean? I need you to be there out there and be able to make that decision on that read. You know what I mean? Like on the flag. That's what I think. That's what. If we get that car, then we're winning, dog. Because that's
so think about it like this, game. So think about it like this. They'll just say, like, for your job, right? Say you need to get somewhere, right? And your new boss says, nah, man, you need to go this way. You'd be like, no, it goes this way. No, you need to go this way. I was like, all right, you go this way. And it took you the longer fucking time. And then you have to turn around and be like, oh, well, I was going to go this way, but my boss wanted me to go this way because now it's new management. That's what it is. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? In a sense, it comes like that.
My theory, I've been under that type of stuff, and I just be like, yeah. You know what I mean? And then still do it my fucking way.
See,
you know what I mean?
See, my theory with Carr.
How many jobs have you had? No,
no, but my theory with Carr.
Only a couple my whole life.
Yeah, I'll fuck with you.
No, but my theory with Carr is basically because I'm just piggybacking off what Gabe just said about how he didn't like what Carr said when they asked him about, you know, passing the ball, whatever, to Devontae, and who knows? Like, he was gonna say, he just said what politically correct answer was, like, oh, I'm gonna do what my coach wants to. Right now, Carr is learning the offense, and Carr, y'all can disagree with me or not. I think he's a yes man. I think he's a company man. He wants to do it how the coach wants to do it. I think when Carr finally kind of gets comfortable with the offense, that's when we're going to see a little bit more free Carr, because now he knows where the ball is supposed to go. He's going to be more – we're going to see Carr. Right now, he's in the process of learning the offense, so he's going to be like, I'm going to do it exactly how McDaniels wants to do it. He doesn't want to go against the grain like some of y'all are suggesting about, like, how he did it in previous offenses, what he's comfortable with. But Carr wants to do it the way McDaniels wants to do it, and I think that once he gets to the point where he's comfortable with the offense, that's when we're going to see a little bit of Carr kind of, like, breaking loose. Because he's gonna know exactly where to go with the ball in this play. You know what I mean? That's how Carr is. He's a guy that's like he's one of the best when it comes to you know, like looking at like his pre reads. You know what I mean? Before pre snap, Carr is on point. Post snap is where a lot of, you know, the criticism for Carr comes. But I think that once Carr is comfortable with the offense, I think that's where he improves pre snap and even post snap too.
My question is, why is he going through this when games matter?
Yeah, and that's a good point, because at the end of the day, like, we got to win games, man.
Yeah.
Like, the Raiders got to win, and they're in a tough division. I don't care what nobody says. AFC right now is tough. AFC West is, hey, we all know what it is in the AFC West.
Mm-hmm.
I think that also Josh McDaniels, it's a combination. You know what I mean? We could. There's some things that we can say about Carr. There's some things that we can say about the coach, the defense. Like I said, when we started this whole thing, I said the constant theme of this season so far in 3 games, we haven't played a complete game. We haven't done it.
I've been on that fucking same shit, brother. I've been on the same shit.
Yep.
2 good quarters in both games, all 3 games. You know what I mean? We haven't scored. There's the only way you're going to win football is if you're scoring in every quarter. I don't care if it's 3 points, 2 points, 1 point. You have to score every fucking quarter. You can't put 2 zeros up for a half of fucking football, bro. There's no way you're going to win any type of game like that. So
Yeah, I mean, and it like literally, you can make a case the best half they had was against Arizona, first half. Defense and offense, we scored 20 points. The defense holds them to 0 points. That's the best half. But if you look at Tennessee, for example, like Tennessee game, first half, defense was like looking like the Titans were going to be scoring like 40 against them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was looking kind of rough.
What, 24-10?
You said what?
It was 24-10 or 24-9 at halftime.
At one point it was 24-10 though. At one point it was 24-10.
Yeah, I know, that's what I mean. It's like, fuck.
What was it, Gabe? You were there, bro. You got mad already by then or what?
Yeah, I was pissed.
Gabe was seeing red, dog.
Bro, after I was pissed, I was like, we're getting fucking rolled on right now, bro. Like, our defense couldn't do shit. I was like, we better make that adjustment because Patrick Graham looking bad right now. He made the adjustment. Waller couldn't make the adjustment, to me, the fucking game. So it was just like, cause I see the offense make, the adjustments that game too. Because I see Carr step up in the pocket, make a throw. I seen him, run for a first down. I seen him, make some okay throws. Like even like the throw to Hollins. You know what I mean? I don't know how Hollins caught that shit, but that shit was a nice throw. And then even the giving him a chance, for the touchdown to put us within 2. It played okay. It's just, some.
I thought Carr had a good game. I thought he had a solid game. Obviously on tape, you know what I mean? Dan Orlovsky, whatever his last name is, I can't even pronounce it. He did point out some things that were kind of concerning about Carr, but I think Carr, there was a great article, and I recommend that y'all everybody here to check it out. It's by Ted Newigan. He's a writer for The Athletic, and like the dude, he breaks down film, football, like he knows his stuff. And he was talking about how Carr is going through the growing pains of learning this offense because right now McDaniels and Derek Carr are trying to figure out how they can attack defenses because they're trying to figure out how defenses are guarding Devontae Adams. And every team is different the way they attack them, and they're trying to figure out ways. And so they're in that process because at the end of the day, like we all know that Devontae is going to get doubled.
Shit,
now,
for sure.
Now it's a matter of like, how do they figure out ways to get him the ball, even though he's getting doubled, even though the defense, because you got to give Devontae Adams, you can't just allow the defense to take away Devontae Adams. Like, look at the Packers; they figured out ways to give him the ball. Like the Packers literally had less offensive pieces than we do, and they found ways to get Devontae Adams the ball. Like I think he was read a stat, like he was number 2 in as far as like targets. Last year, you know what I mean? So if they can do it, we can do it. I think we're just in the process of figuring that out. That's why, like, you can point to, I guess, guys like Dan Orlovsky, they can point to film and be like, why Carr didn't go there? Why didn't Carr? Because Carr is trying to figure out that same play, that one of the plays where Dan Orlovsky pointed out where he was saying, hey, throw to the pylon. That's touchdown. Devontae, throw to the pylon. That same play is where Hollins got a touchdown at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And Derek Carr was throwing to Hollins during that play where he missed Adams, but obviously pressure got to him and the pass went errant. It went incomplete. But that same play was a touchdown pass to Hollins because he was 1-on-1.
Right.
Now,
So yeah,
you get what I'm trying to say. So it's kind of like you could point that out, but at the same time,
here, but the same play he threw to fucking Hollins on the same fucking route, and he actually got the point. So Orlovsky doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't want to say that. I don't even want to say that. I'm just saying he was making valid points, but at the same time, like I just felt like you know why it sounds like hate? Because the reason why it sounds like hate because it was just all negative.
Yep.
Right. It's not necessarily
to deliberately say that he's trying to avoid Devontae. That's bullshit.
Yeah, you can't say something like that, bro. Like, how do you know that? How do you know that? Why can't you just say like he's still trying to figure out? Their chemistry is off right now. Carr is still. Why is he trying to? He's trying to make. He's on ESPN. ESPN is an entertainment. It's owned by ABC, Disney. You know what I mean? It's an entertainment. You know what I mean? So they're gonna say what they want to say.
With a handful of starts that he has, he shouldn't even be talking shit about any quarterback. I'll tell you that.
He should be selling used cars like Bacoima or something.
I bet you he got worse tape than what he's seen.
God, bro, let's put his
worse tape
bro.
than what he's seen Derek Carr do. I like to see his tape. Somebody break down Dan Orlovsky's tape and let's see how many fucking players he missed.
You know what? We should do that.
We find hundreds. He only found 3 plays, and we could find hundreds of down our
I think he ran out of the back of the end zone. Remember the one?
Just find that play.
Jared Allen's bearing down on him and shit, and fucking he runs out of the back of the end zone.
Yep.
Got a safety.
He literally looked at the offense and turned his back.
He's a bum. He's a bum.
That's
we
crazy.
gotta make sure that we run against this defense because they are a pretty good defense, but I think their competition hasn't been too, you know what I mean. So I think the Raiders' offense are gonna.
Who did they play so far? They played Seattle and they played
Seattle. They played last week. They played
the Texans 1 week.
Niners.
So yeah.
And the Niners. So Niners, Texans. So Niners, would you say probably the best?
Bears had a game against them, bro.
I'm talking about any of their offenses and stuff like that. They
offense. Yeah.
That's what their defense. I think that's what I think their defense has been. Ranked number 5. You know what I mean? That they have on their defense right now. I think it's misleading, and I think the Raiders for sure could put up points against this defense.
No, they're number 2. They're number 2, number 2 in the league. 3 against the pass. Opponents are averaging 12 points per game. But the thing is, the funny thing about their team, and I brought this up yesterday, I keep bringing it up because it's hilarious to me. They're holding teams to 12 points per game, but their offense is scoring 14 points per game.
Yeah, and then we gotta add. We were just talking about somebody
Very
running
small room for error. You know what I mean?
They just played against somebody that ran out of the back of the end zone as well, dog. So it's like
Garoppolo.
So you know what I mean? I think the quality of the offenses that they played is why the defense is ranked so high. But I think the Raiders can get right this week, dog. And then I think the defense, if Hobbs, especially with Hobbs playing, he'll shut down Sutton. And then who else can they go to?
Jody. They got Jody.
Check this out. If you really think about like a play sequence, okay. Hunter Renfrow averages about 9 yards a catch, right? So let's say we first play of the game, we run 9 yards. Boom, that's 9 yards. Then we hit Darren Waller for 17 to 20. Then Devontae for another 12. Josh Jacobs, 2 runs for fucking 20 yards, bro. We're at the 30-yard line, bro. You see how fast this fucking offense can move the ball, bro? So time management is fucking key because we're gonna get our defense. We are not. I've been fucking preaching this shit from Jump Street, and if you look at the Patriots, it's time of fucking possession. That's how they win games. They'll run it down your fucking throat. They'll take, you know what I mean? They've done that. That's if you watch Super Bowls and all that stuff. They manage the fucking clock. They know how to do that. Belichick knows how to do that. This motherfucker doesn't. He needs.
There's nothing wrong with winning games 14-7. There's nothing wrong with winning games 14-12. As long as you win the game.
I don't care. You
know
what I mean?
Shit, how you do it? Run the ball all day. Go ahead. You gotta do it.
Us 0-3. Our quarterbacks. Okay. Our quarterback is on average looking at 32 to 30, close to 40. I'll say 40 touchdowns right now. Even with the interceptions, yes, he's gonna have fucking probably like the same amount, whatever. But he's gonna have those numbers, right? Devontae Adams is on the move for hitting 17. Waller's got 2 touchdowns in 3 games, so that's 12 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything's there. It's just
the mistakes, the penalties, the minor things that we could coach and fix. Yeah. If we eliminate those, then we'll be getting the 25s, the 30-point games that we expected. And we put a lot of expectations on this team. Right? We were so pumped up with this team, on the paper. But you know what? I never heard once McDaniels say, "Hey, we're gonna be popping everywhere." Maybe McDaniels expected this type of growing pain or whatever you call it, but he wasn't the one saying we're gonna shoot out the gun. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Never. We put this on our team ourselves,
right?
And I kind of accepted that last game. At the end, I said, this guy's not supposed to do that, but it happens. But when it happens twice and then back-to-back games where you got, penalties and delayed games and fumbles and things like that, that's just technique stuff that you can learn and you can fix as coaches. Right. You can fix that stuff. And then once it gets fixed, I think will be the offense that we expected and the defense. Because I told Dirty, our defense our defense is way ahead of our offense right now, to me. And I think Carr. Last week was his best game he played. To me, it was the best all around.
Yeah, I agree, Gabe.
I think our defense overall is way better than last year. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I agree with the Carr. I thought that was the best that I've seen from Carr this season. Just based off, like, if you were watching the game, Carr was moving around the pocket. He was getting like 8-yard rushes. You know what I mean? Like, Carr, low key, Carr's been he's been leaving the pocket and getting some rush yards on the field.
It's part of his game.
I'm good for that, dude.
If he could add that consistently, you know what I mean, here and there, just, you know, when it's there, it's there. I don't want him to be Cam Newton or something like that. I'm not saying don't do that. No. Derek Carr is not built for that. But what I'm saying is that, like, just to be honest, let's keep it real. If he gets hit by the right player, he's fumbling that ball. You know what I mean? Carr has an issue with fumbles. We gotta acknowledge that. But there are some yards for him to take advantage of, and part of being a QB is doing that. You know what I mean? You gotta like make the defense pay. Yeah. When they go man-to-man defense and there's no QB spot, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have literally an alley where you can get at least 5, 6, 7 yards slide to the ground. You know, take advantage of that. So, you know, I like what I've seen from Carr as far as, like, you know, his pocket presence, his accuracy. You could argue that maybe that's still a work in progress, but it's getting better and better every game. I'm slightly concerned with Darren Waller, because it's been up until last season until now, where him and Carr have kind of been off a little bit. That connection, Carr, or you could say Darren Waller's been dropping some passes. He, you know, obviously he was hurt last season, but then now this season, it's kind of more of the same, where it's just like he's dropping passes where he should catch. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then my thing is, let's focus on the positive for this game, man. Mac Hollins, bro. Mac Hollins, bro. I'm gonna keep hitting the nail. I'm gonna hit the nail on that one, because that dude. The fact that he can put up, the fact that we know in the back of our head, like, hey, Mac Hollins did get 9 catches, 158 yards, and a touchdown that game. Like, he's now a threat. Now defense got to respect that. He has that on film. You got to respect it. So now that gives defensive coordinators to be like, oh, should we double Adams here? This is what Hollins is capable of if he's going one-on-one, because that's basically what was happening. He was going one-on-one and making plays. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, you could count me as one of the people that was surprised. I did not know that Hollins
red zone.
Hey,
Hollins, check it out. Hollins, Waller, and Devontae Adams on top. You know what I mean? Monroe on the tight end, and Jacobs. And what the fuck, bro? Like, this is a cheat code.
Man, I'm saying, bro, you got big target, strong hands, like. You got it all. You got running game. Like, it's just they have to put it together. And hopefully it's this game against the Broncos. But I'm not downplaying the Broncos. The Broncos got defense. They got some pass rushers that can give our O-line some trouble. And specifically Randy Gregory and what's the guy on the other side? I forgot his name.
Bradley Chubb.
Bradley Chubb. He struggled last season, only played 7 games, got 0 sacks. But this year he's starting the season off well. He has 3 sacks already. 2 sacks with Randy Gregory, and then, you know, the Denver Broncos got 9 sacks overall as a team, so they're like top 10 in the league. So they can rush the passer. My thing is, do you guys feel comfortable with the 7th round rookie starting on the right side going against?
We're gonna have to.
He's playing better than Illuminor.
Yeah. Hey, the only thing with Waller though is, man, is like, I think I was listening to Raid's live earlier, and it's the truth. I was like, how much have we put on this guy that he's one of the best and shit like that? But how many guys have had their best years with Carr as tight end? You know what I mean? Like, you know, Cook. I mean, Michael, he was throwing the ball. He made Michael Rivera look good for a while. He fucking, you know what I mean? It's just like a lot of tight ends, you know, Carr's always made look good.
And Waller too. Include Waller in that list. Waller had over 100 catches.
Exactly.
You know, everybody considers him a top 3 tight end, but he hasn't been playing like that. Let's be honest. He hasn't been playing like that.
Nah, he hasn't at all.
And you over here showing us Nate Hobbs. Yeah, Nate Hobbs, man, looks like he's playing this weekend.
Full practice, yep. Full practice. That's good.
I'm looking right now.
And Ruck is in too. I've heard.
Yep, so.
He's questionable. Rocketson's still questionable. I think he'll play.
Man, Renfro, man. Yeah, hopefully he's okay, man, because it's been 2 weeks since he's had a concussion. He's missing the 2nd game. Foster Monroe, that was kind of random. You know what I mean? Like he kind of popped up on the injury report this week with his knee issue.
Yeah.
And hopefully he's cool because he's been solid this year. Hey, Monroe's been solid this year. He's a football player because how many times has there been a fumble and this guy's like the first to jump.
Yeah.
Going in, you know what I mean? Like everybody on the opposing team, and he's there just in the middle.
The one that happened right before, the game ender, he had already saved fucking Renfro once. You know what I mean? He couldn't save him twice, but he had saved Renfro once because he fought that shit out of like two guys and shit, and he fucking took that ball away.
Yeah, you could tell Monroe's a good teammate, good team guy. He's all for the team. I don't know. I like Monroe, man. He's solid. He's reliable. Carr trusts him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Do I think he's a number one tight end? Probably not. But
as somebody was talking about him during the week, I heard somebody was saying it. But when Waller stepped down and got injured or whatever, we were thinking, yeah, Monroe's gonna ball out. He had one good game, and in that good game, he had a fucking fumble. Like, then after that, he kind of just went fucking code red, bro. Like, that motherfucker was gone. He was missing, like, you know what I mean, missing in action. Like, he was there, but he wasn't in. I didn't see him at all, like in the 4-game stretch, bro. Like at all.
He's not Waller though.
Yeah,
he's not close to Waller. He's not. He's not the athlete. You know, as far as Waller,
he's like a big old dude. And he's a beast of a guy.
Typical big tight end guy.
He's a role player. He's a role player. But there's nothing wrong with being a role player. You could be a solid role player. He's a role player on his team, and I like that. But he's not a number one tight end. I think he's a solid number 2 tight end. Right. But yeah, man, I like him. I like his the thing that he brings to this team, and hopefully he gets well soon, man. Because I know he's gonna miss his game with a knee.
So who steps up for him? Horsted
would be next up. But you know, him going down, man. Waller needs to step up, man. Like he needs to step up big, man. And he is. He's a self-made, motivated dude.
I think he will for sure. He knows it. Dog. Like he feels it from last week. He asked for it. Like, you know what I mean? There's no way you won't be human if you didn't. You know what I mean? There's just like
a lot of people turn around and say that like Waller shouldn't get paid. He missed a drop pass and all this bullshit. But yet the thing is though, if we had Foster Monroe, then just Foster Monroe and not Darren Waller and then the big dude that can move like the way he does.
But wait, would you have gotten rid of if they would have asked you, would you have gotten rid of Darren Waller for a first, maybe a 2nd round pick?
Nah.
I would do it.
I wouldn't.
The inconsistency that Waller has.
I would do it.
For a 1st round pick?
It won't happen for a 1st round pick. Just some potential. No GM would do it. But I understand what you mean. Like fantasy land, yeah, we got number 1 pick. If somebody was stupid enough to give us a number 1 pick for Waller,
no, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't trade Waller for a 1st round pick?
If someone was stupid to give me a number 1 pick for him, yes, I would. Number 2 pick, I would.
For a 1st round pick, I'll do for 2nd round because the reason why Gravy I'm gonna push back is not that I don't value those draft picks. It's like we are in win now mode. Mm-hmm. Mark Davis wants to win now. There's a reason why he had a meeting with McDaniels the third week of the season. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And
what's gonna happen is
the expectations that we all can feel. You know what I mean? We can feel for this team. We are trying to win now because we have the talent to win. So if we don't, because we've seen teams that literally have no talent and we have low expectations. You know what I mean?
But first, I would have to a
first round pick though. Yeah, it does kind of. Because you can get some good talent, bro.
Bro, I love the story, but I was thinking, hey, we could see. In my mind, I'm thinking, hey, we could get a defensive lineman. We could get an interior guy. We could get the best interior guy. Young,
O-line,
offensive lineman,
O-line, D-line, linebacker. I ain't gonna lie, linebacker too.
Get a lot of money off the books that could get allocated different places. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's different. That's the whole different thing too, right there. To think of, you get somebody, on like a 1st round pick who might, ball out for 4 years on a cheap deal compared to what we're paying Waller now.
Hey, let's go back to the Denver game. The Denver game, because I know we kind of brushed over like, yeah, they got a good defense, they got solid defense, they haven't played, but you know what, man, they playing good football. They're finding ways to win the game with their defense. With their defense, not their offense. Their offense is sloppy. We can roast their offense all we want, but I know their defense is what's carrying them, and like their secondary is legit. Patrick Surtain, that's gonna be a good little matchup with him. I want to see what Adams does with him.
Phillips is out.
Phillips is out, but I think Surtain and Darby are the two starting corners for them.
Yeah, but Phillips is a big part of that fucking trio right there, bro. They're gonna have to adjust their defense,
especially because he already knew, like he practiced with the Raiders this year and everything like that. So he would have been a good addition to their team this week. But I think, I think we're gonna cook. I think we're gonna cook them this week, dog. I just think
they have offensive linemen.
Hopefully, this ain't the week that Russell Wilson decides to fucking ball out. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Well, we're at the point to where Russell Wilson isn't the old Russell Wilson where he could get away from you like Murray did. Thank God he's not that guy again anymore. But he does make good decisions. He don't make a lot of mistakes. You know.
I mean, some of these guys always have some good games against us for some reason. Though you
we just can't let that happen. We can't let the slower Russell Wilson get past our tackles, because I think maybe Crosby or Chandler Jones, if he gets something going, something in his ass going, that maybe he could catch him on the containment, or in our corners to get up there.
He's supposed to be the fucking Russell Wilson killer, right? He's supposed to be the Russell Wilson.
No, he was a Kyler Murray killer. No, he played with Kyler Murray. He's supposed to be
Russell Wilson. He's supposed to be the Russell Wilson.
Hey, another thing about the Denver Broncos defense is the fact that they're like, we're talking about how good their secondary is, their pass rush, but they're number 3 in blitz percentage in the NFL. Mm-hmm. So they're going to blitz. Obviously, number 1, we already played a team that was number 1. It was Arizona Cardinals. They love to blitz. So we're going to play another team that likes to blitz. We know how Carr he plays well against teams that blitz.
I like the way our line has been holding up, bro. To tell you the truth, the last 2 games, I like the way our line has been holding up.
Really?
Yeah, it hasn't been our O-line. Okay, and the reason why I get where Gabe is coming from too, and I agree to a certain extent, is because we all seen what terrible O-line was last year, especially early on last year. Man, like it was terrible, bro.
First game this year.
You can actually point and be like, damn, we lost this game because the O-line could not block anything. But this year, they've kind of been solid. They've been here. I think the 7-man rotation needed to go. I think that kind of, messed them up a little bit. But once I think last game, they didn't have that 7-man rotation.
Parham needs to be a staple on the line, too.
Man, Parham looked like a dude that's going to be here for a while. He looks nice. He looks nice.
Just imagine if he's the guard. If he's the guard and James comes back, that's double trouble.
He's back this week.
James practiced full all week. Okay. So he's coming back this week for sure.
And maybe that might make our offensive line better because he makes better calls. He knows more about what people are supposed to do. Parham's learning that.
Parham could work more free, at the guard position. You know what I mean? I think
Parham going to right guard, or where's he going? Or left guard?
He'd probably go to right.
I would have him go to right.
Yeah. How about
as long as James can stay healthy, because Bars actually did really, really well on the left side.
Bars did all right. He got slammed around, but he did all right.
But I mean, look, I don't care if he gets slammed around as long as his player. That's what happened. Like he got no rushes, no sacks, no nothing. The player went down with him. That's a player down.
He did have that penalty though. I think he had a bad penalty.
Yeah, that personal foul
because he was backing up Carr.
Yeah, he was.
So
and
yeah,
the only thing about that penalty is it didn't really hurt us because it was like it was a 15-yard penalty, but instead of being at the 20, we were at the 35, and it didn't cost us any yards because it was after the play type penalty.
Yeah, so but see, the thing is though, if he was backing Carr, like cool, you know what I'm saying, and that's what it showed. Like he was backing Carr, so yeah. So I mean, I'll give him that because he's backing his quarterback. That's your job, you know what I'm saying?
There's other stupid ass penalties where there's like Gravy was talking about earlier now, where it's fucking 2nd and 1 or 3rd and 1, and they get a fucking offside, and it's now 36.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but do we have the same amount of fucking penalties that we had like 2 years ago? Like
No,
as
not-
right
not
now,
like
like
that.
no, nowhere near
Close.
close. What are we? 30?
They're just
20, we're getting 30
crucial.
yards compared to what 120 fucking yards and penalties or some crazy.
We have been getting some frustrating penalties, but I don't know if it's been as bad as it has in the
No,
past.
No,
I
I
think
think
it's
some
getting
of those
crucial
penalties
time.
were fucking fugazi shit, bro. That
Any
fucking
penalty on our side when we're in the red zone is bad. I don't
It's
care
bad.
what it is, but
that's
and
fugazi.
usually
They're going against us type shit.
Especially when we're at the 1 and then we got to go back to the 6.
yeah, that's a difference. That's a difference between a running play and a passing play, and then you get a delay of game. That's another 5 yards back. That happened. We got a penalty, offside. We got a legal formation penalty, which people blamed on Carr, but it's not Carr's. Those receivers got to know where to be at. Those receivers know if they're on the ball or not. And what makes it even worse is that the referees standing on the sideline telling you, "Hey, you're offsides," and then if you don't look at the referee, they teach that in Pee-wees. You look at the referee, and he's gonna say, "Scoot over a little bit," you know.
Yeah, you look at that.
But I don't think the referees in the NFL are going to tell you anything. They're just going to hold their hand out because they feel like they don't need to. You should know what your formation is. So,
Right.
but penalties like that, bro, that just annihilate your. You're like, fuck again. Here we go. But
A good example, Gravy, was when we got that interception and we're in field goal range, and literally we ended up punting up the ball because of penalties, and
we went 20 yards back. Just on delay of games, illegal formation.
That's disgusting. That's losing football. That's how you lose football games.
And that's coaching, bro. That's coaching. That's that individual stuff. You got to know. I pretty much think that his it looks like Carr just does a clap, snap. You know what I mean? Like hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And then the center, he's looking at the clock. He has a lot of shit to do. So. When he hears that clap, get ready to snap it. He's on a. I'm gonna snap it when he claps.
And it's a second game. And it's a second fucking game, barely. You know what I mean? At center, you know what I mean? It's just like it's pretty tough.
Well, I'm not saying Parham's not doing anything wrong. Doing anything
No,
wrong with
sure.
it. He's doing great. He's doing good, but he just has to learn the center position.
Having James back will be a big help, though.
He might be
Parham on the line.
Parham might be the future center. You know what I mean? I think James is on a reasonable contract, and once his contract is up, I think they're probably gonna let James either walk or they might even trade him. Might be even trade bait if you think about it.
Hard to get those good guys though. It's hard to get those good guys.
Because James, could you move James to guard? James is strictly more of he's a center at this point.
What if Parham, but put this way, what if Parham becomes like an all-pro guard? Do they move him to center?
Nah, you don't.
But what happens if Parham is an all-pro center? That's a big position on the O-line. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a
that means you have to lose James. He has to outbeat James with the money that James makes. They're at that situation right now.
Well, James is on a good contract. I don't think James is getting paid that much. You think?
See, bro, like okay, look, I'm gonna burst your bubble right now, brother, because you just said about like 30 minutes ago. We need to stop doing the fucking rotating pieces and shit like that, bro. If James is our center and that's our center, we're running.
Oh no, that's not what I'm saying though. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
in the future. In the future,
I'm saying in the future. Now, I think we need to put the best 5 out there. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. I feel like if James is our best center, or at least he'll give us a lot of value at center. Put him at the center position. Parham started the season at guard. Put him at guard. And then figure out the other pieces after that. I mean, obviously Colton Miller, and then they feel Thayer Mumford is that guy at right tackle right now, and and they pretty much benched John Simpson. That was I didn't see that coming, but they benched.
I did, bro.
You seen that coming?
Well, look at the shit that Miller's going through with having a bad guard. If you got I'm not saying Simpson's a piece of shit, but he has his spurts of having a solid game, and then he'll have 3 shitty games in a row, and then he goes through this being benched. They come back.
It's the mental part. It's the mental.
It's inconsistent play, and then it hurts your tackle because these guys are it's gonna look like Colton Miller's not doing his job, and it's the guard that's not doing it. So it means a lot to Colton to have a good guard, and the rotational guard and right side tackle, they're going through that situation right now, which I think Mumford, I see the potential of Mumford more than I would Illuminor.
Right.
And, that guard spot, it could be Cotton, it could be Illuminor. Illuminor's a wider dude, that could get up there more. But if Parham hits the right side, you got two rookies on one side. I doubt that they'll do that. But
Illuminor's problem is his feet.
He doesn't got the footwork yet.
Yeah,
Pro level footwork.
With everyone, he doesn't have the footwork now. Mumford, the only thing I think I was saying it yesterday on, you were there too, Farrell, when we were talking about it. He takes that extra step in the backfield and not planning. You know what I'm saying? I just seen that, and I'm no line coach, bro. Like, that's just what I'm seeing, because you see, like Cole Miller, he's doing 1-2, boom, and he's planning. But like after that first step, he already has his hands on the defender. And I was watching, I just kept on rewinding just to play. And then I seen fucking what's the name? He's 1, 2, 3, and then barely touching the guy. You know what I mean? He's already in the backfield. Their card right here, bro. Like, so he has no room. So he needs to have that one step hand and then take, you know what I mean? And then plan on the second step. That extra step closes the fucking pocket, bro.
So
you know what I mean?
So you made a good point, Grave. You was because and obviously Dirty Low, he made a good observation. But what I'm saying is, do you think that you should put a guy like Parham on the side that Colton Miller is playing?
Yes.
And then put a veteran guard on the side that there Mumford. But for what I'm hearing that it's going to be Colton Miller, left guard Alex Bars, and then James Parham, and then there Mumford. That's what I'm hearing. But
that's good.
It's like the right players, but you're saying that they need to flip spots.
Yeah, flip sides.
Rookies on the right, bro, and then two rookies on the right, and then if they gel, because Parham's going to be the dude. You know what I mean?
But if I was a defensive coordinator, I would pick on that. That's like, luckily,
especially if you're a team that blitz.
Yeah, luckily it's Carr's front side, so we can see it. But it looks worse if you can see the pressure coming to you than coming from behind you. You want to protect his backside.
Yeah,
and Colton Miller protects his backside good, and if Parham was a solid guard, so you can risk him getting beat.
I think he's the best guard.
Yeah, him and Cotton. Simpson's way back, but with them too. But him and Cotton.
But Cotton got benched. He got benched, and I think part of the reason why he got benched is because he can't move.
Yeah,
he can't move. He's a big dude. He's
a
strong.
He's a good run blocker, but when it comes to pass, that's why he looked terrible with that zone stuff, because he can't move, and that's why Leatherwood looked that way, because he couldn't move. So that you need to be a good athlete to run that shit that we did last year. You need to be a good athletic lineman. We're getting away from that.
So you're telling me that, and this is off topic, but you're saying Leatherwood wasn't a athletic offensive lineman?
Because I think that was guard. He was an athletic guard, but he wasn't a tackle that could get the guy and flow to the side that you're going to. And he didn't have that footwork. He just basically took a step back, waited for the defensive end to come to him, and then Leatherwood was real good at once he got his hands on you, you ain't going nowhere. But it was rarely they'll spin move him. He's learning that these guys got moves and they're faster than you, and you ain't the biggest dude on the field anymore. You're not you're not the number one dog. You're not the alpha of that line anymore.
Man, that's tough, bro. Because we could have had Christian Darisaw, who's emerging in Minnesota right now, and it's just like, damn, bro, that could have been our right tackle for years to come.
Man, it's just that regime that we just didn't hit our first round picks, though.
Man, should we just pick on them? I mean, it's kind of been regime after regime after regime after regime. Maybe.
Why do we hit in the fourth round?
I already know. Mike Mayer got his own story, and I already know Gruden got his own story. Who knows?
I can't wait for the book. I want to see that shit.
Who knows?
I can't wait for Derek Carr's book, bro. I'm gonna buy all three of them all at once. And just
who drafted who in what round? I want to know.
Happened exactly.
you know Mike Mayock is gonna tell us like, oh, I only picked. Gruden wanted to pick all the first round picks. You know what I mean? You know me. He didn't want to do all the dirty. You know.
Well, he said he picked the Arnett, so that's just alone from that. I would have fired his ass from the get-go.
We took responsibility of that. He took responsibility.
First round pick, regardless if it was accident or not or whatever. Dog, like we were plagued by those first round picks. Dog. Like it's just. Can you imagine hitting on half of them and having them on this team right now? Like just hitting on half of them, how fucking this team would be like one of the top. I mean, we're already one of the top, like. Roster wise, it just would be, bro.
I think Miller was a good pick. I think Jacobs was a good pick. I think
Renfro,
Crosby.
No, I'm not talking about late round picks. I'm talking about first.
You're talking about
first. Ruggs was getting there, but
Ruggs, I think, was gonna be that guy. Ruggs,
he was emerging because you could tell that he got better. He got better from the first year to second.
You had a couple throwaways too, like Bowden Jr. or whatever. You know what I mean? Tanner Muse. Those were like throwaway picks, dog. Those were like, I mean, those guys never even.
Tanner Muse. Did he get traded his rookie year or second year? He got traded his rookie year.
He got hurt his rookie year. He was out the whole year, and then he was gonna come back, and he didn't make it through training camp.
He got traded to Seattle.
It's like a fourth round pick right there, man.
Or he got
and almost broke his. And now they almost made a tackle and almost cut off his arm. When he was making the tackle, his arm almost broke off his shoulder.
Ooh.
Oda Jr. They tried to convert him into
an injured reserve. He hasn't played football in 3 years.
Yeah,
besides practice.
Who are you talking about, Gravy?
Tanner Muse.
Oh, wow.
He didn't play with us. He didn't play with us. He didn't go to training camp with us his first year. The second year, we got rid of him. He went to a training camp and a couple of practices in Seattle. Yeah. First preseason game, he goes over there and makes a tackle and busted his whole arm trying to make an arm tackle.
Ooh. Damn, I remember back in the day, if y'all don't know if you remember that cornerback, his name was Ahmed Plummer.
Yeah, Ahmad Plummer.
Ahmad Plummer. He used to play for the Niners, cornerback. And I remember he tried to tackle. I don't know if it was Sean Alexander, one of the running backs, and I remember his whole arm just shattered. Like you could just see, like he broke his arm, but you could just see the replay. The running back just went straight through his arm. I was like, damn. I know he felt that for like days.
He was the war daddy of special teams right there. They said third round pick. You pick a war daddy of the special teams.
And then Lynn Bowden Jr. was a fourth round pick. That was another throwaway pick.
Yep.
The Swiss Army knife of the Kentucky over there, or Duke or Kentucky.
See, look, we're and this is. I'm glad you guys are bringing this up, and because a lot of people like to look at like the game as very simple, like, oh, it's the quarterback's fault, it's this person's fault. But like at the end of the day, if your foundation is shaky, meaning the people who are making decisions as far as picking the coaches, drafting the players, come on, bro. Like, look at the San Diego Chargers. I'm not gonna lie, their GM, he has an eye for talent. He has eye. He's been hitting picks out the park. He's been hitting picks, and he's been picking up players in free agency, making the right trades. And look at their team. Look how talented their team is.
But they're already starting to go to IR.
Yep.
That's a whole different discussion. But I'm talking about as far as talent. Come on, bro. Like it's.
Hey, no, he is doing his fucking thing, bro.
He's doing his thing, bro. And then Dave Z, I like what I'm seeing from Parham. That was a good pickup in the third round. Everybody else remains to be seen. We'll see.
So the thing is, like, everybody's still to this point, bro. Like, you guys, not you guys, but certain people that I've seen and certain things that I've read, they don't realize that Ziegler made probably the best moves in the offseason in the history of the NFL. Look at what he's fucking done with this team. He resigned all the star players, brought a number one receiver, brought all these different players, key players in it, brought all the bro. This is probably this is gonna go down in history, bro. And people are getting mad because about maybe about 4 plays, bro, that are like they want to throw everything away that this motherfucker these people have built. You know what I'm saying? because of 4 bad plays, dog. If you really, really break it down, 4 bad fucking plays. A fucking touchdown that was fucking interception didn't catch. The underthrown ball to fucking, you can pick them. Pick 4 bad plays, bro. That changes everything. We'll be 2-1, 3-0, whatever.
Right.
So, you know, for me personally, bro, everybody wants it now, bro. They don't understand that it's going to be a process. And they got to understand every fucking aspect of it. And for me, defense is shit. And I know we've been on offense, but we got to talk about defense too, bro, because the defense is keeping us fucking like on our heels, bro. That like they're playing. That's exactly how they have us. When I'm watching this, I feel like they're on their fucking heels and skates going backwards, bro.
Well,
our linebackers can't cover nobody.
Yeah.
From day one, you know, I know Gabe was on a lot with we were on together a lot. Pharaoh was on his hiatus, and then he came back.
Yeah, I know he came back.
Glad you're back though, Pharaoh. It's crazy. It's good. And Dirty Low was, you know, what did we say? What did we say? What the problem with that defense was from day one after the Super Bowl was over? The defensive interior line, right?
Yep.
And today, still, that is our problem.
Yep.
And that's my problem. I'm not going to go away from it until I see, you know, it was all right pressure. There was all right pressure. No, man, there wasn't no pressure at all. And we got him behind the line of scrimmage. Okay, he tripped over his own guy.
I think we should have anteed up for Sue, man. I think he would have been a big difference in this team.
You still got money. You still got that money laying in.
We still can.
But it looks like they're unwilling to do it, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Every game that passes, his price goes up.
I mean, it goes down, right? Because it's not a full season. It's not a full season.
I think it stays the same, but it's costs more because you're only getting like
you're paying the same, but you got less games.
Yeah, you're gonna pay still $9 million. You're still gonna have to pay the $9 or $10 million, but now you're only getting 3/4 of a season, and you're gonna have to wait till he gets in football shape.
Yep. So that's 2 games, and then he's not gonna be effective if he doesn't get hurt within those 2 weeks. Because he's been out of fucking training camp and so on and so forth.
You know what? I looked and then
that's a dumb move. That's an old Raider move. That's an old
Raider. Because of that, the interior, our linebackers are suffering on it. And then, you know, we're saying, well, where's this side to side linebacker? Where's this guy that could cover everybody and things like that? But to me, Perryman was a big loss to me because he's a tackling machine. And he can semi-go sideline to sideline because basically the sideline to sideline linebacker is the newest part of football. You know, you didn't have that back in the early 2000s and things like that. You just had your straight, hard-nosed middle linebackers that just, boom, that got you at the line of scrimmage. The sideline to sideline athletic linebacker is rolling now in the NFL.
Yeah.
For us,
and the reason why is because of the tight end.
Yeah, but one of the tight end changed also.
Yeah. Well, when they changed that, that's when the linebacker changed.
But Perriman's problem is covering, and I think that's what we're having the problem with the linebackers.
And that's the linebackers in general that we can't cover. And this has been an issue for years, man. Like we haven't had a linebacker that cover. I asked the question in Gabe's live, like, when was the last time we've had a good coverage linebacker? You know what I mean? Yeah. It makes you think. Howard? You know, and I said Thomas Howard, right? And I was thinking because he had 4 picks that one year, and he took one to the house. You know what I'm saying? But
that's a good one.
You know what I mean? But it's my point is that it's been a long time, and I want to ask you a question, Gravy, because you said that the fact that our interior is a weak point on our D line, it's affecting our linebackers. But I'll say this though, when it comes to our D interior, our D tackles, when it comes to against the run, specifically Andrew Billings, he's been solid this year against the run. Now, how does the bad linebacker play or the bad interior affect the linebackers during the pass? Can you break that down?
And a passing situation, the linemen have to pass protect, and they move you where they want to move you. Wherever you go, they take you. So if you got moves and you go in the interior, I'm talking about A gap, B gap interior linemen, not the perimeter outside, but. Right. if you go in there and you don't get any pressure, you're expecting your linebackers, when they see that it's a passing or it's a passing down, they go back. Now, they cover their, midfield or the slots or whatever. You don't want your middle linebackers going out to the flats. Those are your outside, your Sam and your Willie. You want them outside. But your middle linebackers get exposed that way through all those, 5-yard ends across fields, behind the linebacker, those little slants, those mini slants that are like 12 to 15 yards right behind them.
Yeah.
It's hard for them to cover that when you got draw plays, you got screen plays, you got, the little pitches that Kansas City does to Kelsey, and he gets right through the middle. Mm-hmm. We sacrifice that a lot as far as our linebackers are concerned because they don't see it from the get-go, but then they have, they just had pressure in his face to where he can't get those passes off. Then your linebackers could drop off, get tips, and get a pick, or if they do a draw play, it's sewed up because the interior's back there, or he's sacked, or one or the other.
Yeah,
it takes more time to have a play like that developed than it is just chucking it and throwing a slant in between the linebacker.
Right. And
you understand what I mean? The gap in between that area between the defensive line and the linebacker has to drop back is a big open space right in the middle of the field. And usually against us, it's a first down. It's that and longer because our safeties need to come up and tackle, or we miss a tackle. Diablo's missing a lot of tackles. I'm very surprised at that. And that's why we see Hobbs, Amik, Hobbs, Amik, and whoever's playing safeties back there. They're getting a lot of the tackles because the linebackers are having to cover an area that is so wide open. And then if you got a good quarterback, he can nitpick and go wherever he goes.
Right. And see, another thing too is,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
I agree with Ferro like that we get, that run support, we need for the middle. But when it comes to like passing plays, there's no interior push, bro. Like it's like the pocket is perfect for them unless Crosby's either coming up the side. That's the only time that they have to worry about something, and all they got to do is either step forward and to the side.
Yeah,
and they're in an open lane again because
it makes Crosby and Jones less effective when you don't have that middle. Yes, they can just step up. They could block the way they block up the D line would be like, okay, we could handle this guy 1-on-1 or whatever the case may be, and put all of our support towards the edges, which is Jones and Max Crosby. We've seen Max Crosby be productive, but Jones hasn't been able to produce so far in
because of that, right? So what they do is they'll double team Jones and get him out of it. You know what I mean? The only thing difference is like I think that if you really look at it, because the middle of the field is so the center's like not touching nobody and they're not getting nobody. They're just pushing everybody off to the side to where they're able to clog up the left side and get fucking Jones all caught up in all the traffic over there. If you look at some of the footage, that's what's happening. So because the others, they're like putting two people on Crosby, and Crosby is so quick, you know what I mean? He can get around it. They're clogging everything and they're pushing everybody to this side. And so the middle of the field's wide fucking open.
And if you got a double team each one of those guys, but I'm pretty sure Crosby's getting the blunt of it because they're seeing that Jones isn't really doing anything. Yeah. Don't knock me, but I think Jones is doing good run better than he is pass rush. But
But they're taking him out though. They're taking him out for Cleveland Farrell.
Yeah, because Farrell's a better run defender than Jones.
He always been.
Jones has all the sacks. So with the interior pressure, the quarterback sees a lane. When you got a big dude with his hands up in the air like they're taught to do, you got balls that are tipped. You got balls that are slapped down. It just messes up his view. You know what I mean? It messes up his clock in his head is rushed. So where he'll throw those balls low, throw them high, and that gives our safeties, our secondary, time to get a pick or to slap a ball down. It's easier. It's easier for the secondary if you have a better. I'm not talking sacks from the defensive lineman. I'm talking, just a 3-4 yards up instead of being held up at the line of scrimmage, where that quarterback has that view. that 5-yard view to look and see, to nitpick in the middle. Because you'll see that a lot. Look through tape, always on third down. These guys know, hey, they don't have a good interior pass rush. Let's hold them at the line, let their linebackers back up, and then we'll just right in front of them and just hope that Diablo misses a tackle again. Or something like that. So,
right. See, Diablo, I think with his biggest problem, what I've seen, is that he gets clogged up in the behind the line, and he doesn't know his first step is a questionable one. Every time when I see him, like he's like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? Like this is where I'm supposed to go. Like he's not going there. You know what I mean? It's like, and that's what's killing us. Just like I seen plays over and over. Tannehill was picking them apart. He would sit there, and right when he would set his feet, Tannehill
and Abrams too.
And Abrams too, bro. Both of them. And
you can get them both. You can get them both because they overreact. They don't take good angles. And they're always falling down. They never wrap up. They got to work on a lot of tackling.
Abrams kind of improved early on.
Yeah,
like he looked like. But I feel like this game against the Titans, it felt like they put a circle. They had a picture of Abrams on the board, and they just put a circle around his face. And it was like, we got to attack this guy right here.
Yeah, because they know he can't cover. They know they're gonna make Abrams cover somebody, and then 9 times out of 10, that guy, whoever it is gonna beat Abrams because his first intention is to go hit somebody, and that's hard to break it. That's hard to break out of a safety or a middle linebacker's head. It's very hard. It doesn't happen that much to where you say you get cut so many times. You say, maybe I need to change my ways and start getting with football. But those guys, he's not out of control like he used to be. I've never seen Diablo be out of control. He has a knack for missing tackles, and what he was doing was that he was tackling Henry with his legs. That's how Hobbs got a concussion. He tried to go low against Henry, and he got his head bounced against one of them big old slabs of meat that are running 20 miles an hour. And that's what happens to you when you hit a guy like that big, low like that.
Yeah.
So them knees, those guys, those legs are going so fast, man. You don't put your head around that shit, man. You go around his waist or something.
He's a big boy, man.
Yeah.
Hey, so we're gonna start wrapping this shit up because I know Farrell's got to take off. I know this is gonna be the first one. I know it's a little different because we're not talking to anybody in the comments and shit like that, and kind of bouncing off of that too. I know we're gonna talk ball forever. Yeah, it's a little different, but you know what I'm saying. It's just for this, man. Thank you guys for showing up, man. I appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying?
This is new, bro. It's always good to be with you guys, bro. Nobody interrupting us with stupid questions and
oh my God,
car comments.
That's funny though, bro. Shit. That's just fun though, bro.
I got Cash Lord, depressed Raider fan all over me.
Oh man, that's what I'm saying,
9 years
man.
of this,
Anybody of you guys are watching this shit, man? Fuck, man. You need that. I need that shit though, man. That's good. Like that's good times, bro. Cashman's probably gonna be in his feelings. He's gonna be like,
they all got like different ways. It got different positives to it. I think it's good to have that interactive aspect of the chat, because they're gonna bring out some things that you probably forgot about, or they're gonna point out some funny things. But this right here, like when we do it this way, it's more of a natural conversation. We just chopping it up. We're all talking.
Yeah.
Just,
how we feel, and then they can respond to it later. I guess I don't.
Yeah, like and we'll just put it up if they even watch it.
They can all think we're idiots, probably. I don't.
Yeah, no, like
half everybody says, "Gravy, you stupid."
Yeah,
Gravy's talking about B gaps and that.
Yeah, B gaps. I know that shit.
Coach Gravy, man. That's put some respect to Coach Gravy's name.
You got to know, bro.
Hey, no bullshit.
All of us here played football, so it's like, hey, man, if you don't know what an A and a B gap is, he should just rush down the middle. That you sound crazy. You sound crazy.
But I mean, it's logical because like even though like when I used to play Madden, I used to play Madden. Now I can like actually read plays. Like I've learned so much of football. Like I just supported it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it's like I feel like I'm having fun with it now because it's like I'm more of a fan and I'm learning like so much instead of like subscribe to me and be all that fuck that, bro. Like I mean I get it and I want subscribers and I want all that shit, but I'm just trying to be more of a fan and try
more
to
authentic, more authentic, yeah.
Yeah, you want to do it. You want to come from a real place. You want to come from a real place.
Your way, you know what I mean? Like
no fucking. So like I mean, yeah, brother. I mean, it's fun all the ways around, man. You know what I'm saying? But we do.
And believe it or not, real life football isn't nothing like Madden. Nothing like Madden.
Bro, miss me with that shit. Come on, man. I know that, dude. High school is nothing like Madden, bro.
That's why I'm glad the chat's not in here.
Oh my god, man, you can't, bro. You can't get the fuck out of here. No, I'm saying learning the schematics and kind of schemes and how they run plays and so.
Because Madden does use football terminology. They're gonna use it's gonna say cover 2. It's gonna say under 4. It's gonna say cover 7. It's gonna say this under blitz, fire blitz. You know what I mean? It's gonna say that. Right. But I get what you're saying, though. You looking at it from a whole different perspective now.
I'll probably be the sorriest Madden player ever.
So before we leave, though, what do you guys think? Is this the what like it's supposed to be the breakdown this Saturday? What do you think is gonna be the score, though?
So okay, look. So check this out. We're gonna all have one question and we all answer. That's how we'll end it. You know what I'm saying? So your question is gonna be whatever your question, gravy. You know what I'm saying? And I'll ask one. So your question will be what, Gabe?
My shit would be what do you think is basically what it's gonna be the score, though? Because I know you guys are gonna have some points too, so we'll touch that one first. What is gonna be the score?
We get clockwise or what?
Yeah, I'll go first. Yeah, I'll go first. I think it's gonna be we're gonna be at home. I think it's gonna be a fucking.
Oh shit, we're playing at home. I thought we were playing
a game where I think we're gonna come out and we're gonna score against this defense. We're gonna show our offense. I mean, I think our defense will struggle at times because I think Russell Wilson will make some plays just because
scrambling ability.
But I think we'll end up winning 31-21.
31-21? Okay. Go for Greg.
Okay. I think our offense, we're going to get those things pretty much in check. I think our ball security woes will go out of the wayside. I expect us to run the ball, the whole game. I don't think that we're going to fall behind or get ahead and lose that. So I think we're going to play solid both ways. And on special teams, we didn't bring that up, but there's been some special team issues also with this team. But I'm going lower than Gabe. I'm saying 17-14 Raiders. I don't think we break 20. I think it's going to be a physical game.
Okay. I guess it's on me now. First of all, I want to start off by saying I just want to win. Just win, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to win. At this point, we're 0-3. I'll take every score that everybody just mentioned. I'll take that any day. But I did say on Gabe, I did say yesterday on Gabe's show. I think I said 35-14. 35-14. I think Denver hits their average on the season. They do what they're supposed to do on offense on Sunday. But I think an X factor is the fact that I did not know that the Denver Broncos blitz that much on defense. But the part of the reason why they're so good on defense is the fact that they can blitz that much, but they have the secondary to cover up. They got sticky coverage with Surtain and Darby. They're both they're playing pretty good football. Justin Simmons is not playing. You know what I mean? Nope. He's on the injury reserve. He's a big time safety for them.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I'm just betting. The reason why I said that score is if we put a complete game, we're winning 35-14.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we come out there and we incorporate the run game, we stay committed to it, and still attack, because there's going to be one-on-one situations. If you're telling me that they like to blitz, that means there's going to be some one-on-one opportunities. And I'm not going to lie, Devontae Adams is going to win some one-on-one opportunities. I think Waller can win some one-on-one opportunities. And guess what? I think Mac Hollins could win some one-on-one. He proved it on Sunday. If you give me 9 receptions, 158 yards, a touchdown, you showing me something You showed me something, so I think 35-14. 35-14.
Okay.
I'm biased, but you know.
Of course.
So, with all due respect to Russell Wilson, nah, fuck him, bro. No, him and his football, his plastic ass, hard ass football. No, I was playing. I personally think it's going to be, we're going to run 2 touchdowns and say I'll run 3 field goals. That'll put us at 24, 23, 24. Give them 17, 24. 17.
Ooh, let me throw this out there. Because you said 24. I know a lot of Raider fans don't like Justin DuBois on Twitter. He always be hating on Carr and stuff like that. But he had a crazy stat. He said when the Raiders score 24 points or more, they're 46-12.
That's why I said they're going to
score. Throwing that out there. I'm just throwing it out there. You know what I mean?
That's why I said they're going to score 31.
It's a lot of games. That's a lot of games, man. And
there's also that stat too. If Josh Jacobs runs the ball and gets over 100 yards,
18 touchdowns,
I like that stat too.
Yeah, I like that stat. That's a very, very nice stat.
But I just don't want that in the first half. I want to see it in the second half too.
The only thing I don't like about it is that 7. Now, if it was 5, I'd be all right. I'd be like, yeah. You know what I mean? But I agree. What's your question, brother? What do you think? For
I'm gonna say offensive, defensive players, and surprise player. Give me a surprise player.
Surprise player.
1-1 on each.
Yeah, 1-1 on each.
Okay.
And a surprise.
I'll go because I gotta head out soon. But offense, give me Derek Carr. Derek Carr. He's the easy answer. I'm gonna take it. I think if he plays big this game, we have a good chance of winning. On defense, you know what? Chandler Jones. Chandler Jones. And I say surprise player. Man, that's a good question. Surprise player that we didn't even expect to step up.
Something that he's gonna make something happen that you wouldn't expect that he does.
Maybe Jonathan Abram might be that surprise player. You know what I'm saying? He struggled last game. Maybe he could step up this game, make some plays, force some turnovers.
Get a pick, maybe. Get a pick.
Right now, the Raiders are like near the bottom of the league in turnover differential, and that's like a huge stat for teams that win and teams that lose. And we're on the wrong end right now, and it makes sense because we're 0-3. We keep turning the ball over, but we're not taking the ball away enough. So we got to flip that stat. Hopefully, we can take advantage this weekend.
What are we, -4 or -3?
I think it was -3 when I last time.
Even when we do get when we can't put up points, it's like that's unacceptable.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do mine real quick. I'm gonna do surprise player. I want Maury to just fucking shine. I want him to come back all the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But I also want to see Harmon in there. I do want to say I need to see Harmon in there, bro. He needs to be in there with Maury, bro. That combination, I don't care how they figure it out, what they got to do. Them two need to be up there. I really, really feel that. And let fucking Abrams do him. You know what I mean? Put him in the box. That's kind of like where I'm at right there. Right, because I know you want to take off, and I got to wrap this shit up too. And then offensive player, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm gonna really, really focus in on Muffet. I want him to give me a good game. Him on that right side. It's his job.
That would be a surprise. That would be a surprise.
It's his job now. So bottom line, it's your job, bro. Fucking take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Get this shit done. You know what I mean? So that's that's right there. So yeah.
Good pick.
I'll go on defense. I'll go Perriman. I think it's going to stop Javonte Williams, and I think that's a big part of their offense. So if you can get their running game, nullified, I think when you make them one-dimensional and they have to throw the ball, that's going to be to our advantage. Then on the offense, Josh Jacobs. I'm gonna take Josh Jacobs for sure, dog. And if he can run the ball and they can stay with him and give him the carries that he needs, we can win this game. Sure, I mean, just like vice versa, him and Carr. And then a surprise player, I think what they should do, And I think if they do this, I think Kuntz could be a big surprise if they play him more.
Okay.
Offensively, I think I'm expecting Jacobs to ball out. It's not nothing new. He needs a ball out. And then defensively, I'm looking at Perryman. My surprise is that I want him to break out of his funk. It's Chandler Jones. Chandler Jones has to throw some type of something, anything that he has in him to be the Chandler Jones like he used to be. If we can just get that, we should be okay on defense.
Okay.
All right.
So my question is, do you think McDaniels can actually just become a head coach? Bro, let's go for it, brother. I know you got to get going.
Yeah, I got to head out, but man, I appreciate you having me on, man. I think this is dope. I think that having like the pre-records, I've never done it this way personally, but this is cool because we all can have a natural conversation. Usually it's the chat involved, which I love. I love incorporating the chat. Just salute to y'all, man. Y'all make everything work. But I think this is cool too as well. So, and I know for a fact that you're going to continue to do this and then also incorporate the chat in future shows. But
of course,
but yes, salute to all y'all. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to Eddie Dirty Low. You know what I mean? Subscribe to Raider Gabe, and also, man, check out. I have to get it. I gotta get them. I got a little chin here too. You know what I mean? I gotta
get in there, bro.
I gotta get the oils from Gravy, man. Like I really gotta get that for real.
You got any homeboys, family members? Let me know, bro.
Yeah, man. I gotta get it, man. That's holidays is around the corner, so that's a good little gift to to anybody that got facial hair like Gravy, man. This shit's crazy. He's banging, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to your level.
Yeah, I'm over here trying to get this shit growing. It just grows here. Here, that's all. It doesn't grow here, not here. I'm fucking saving. I put Rogan right here. Fucking
baby face low. Baby face low.
Dirty. Baby face low. I'm gonna change my fucking home, man. Thank you, Farrell, for showing up, man. I'm about to wrap this shit up right now, anyways. But thank you, man. It's been a pleasure, man. Always, brother.
Good to see you always, Farrell.
Yeah.
All right, man. Peace out, y'all.
The rest of your day. All right, Gravy. Gabe, man, thank you guys for showing up, brother. Man, it's gonna be a good weekend, man. I know we'll probably do a little
reaction. Question.
What's up? Oh, the question, yeah.
You don't want to do it now? That's good. It's cool.
No, that's cool, brother. No, we can. I got my question because you guys got all the good questions and shit. You know, I should ask first. You know what I mean? You live, you learn. But no, as I'm just thinking, is my question is Josh McDaniels gonna get it together in this game? You know what I mean? Do you think he's going to be able to pull off the win and get this team to come together?
I think
it's a complicated answer, but it could be simple. You know what I mean? But
it's simple. I think he's learning with this. In Denver, he didn't have a great opportunity. He has all his guys,
right?
And that he wanted. So to put the team together is not going to be difficult, but like I said, it's just little things that they need to work on. He knows that. And I think the expectation view of his team wasn't what we thought it was. You know, it was probably 100 times more of our expectations of this team on paper than it was him, because he sees them every day. He's there. But I expect him to have a better job, do a better job this week as far as the things of the delay of games and getting the plays in and time management and things like that. But I hope he needs to turn it around before it gets a little bit too late.
I think I think he's like I think this week he has to pull this one off, which is very attainable for sure. Because I think he's just even though Denver has been pulling off some games, I think we've been showing that we've been in there with games. We've beaten ourselves. I think we can pull this one out. The real test will be Kansas City.
Yes.
But I say either way though, like say we go 1-4 into the bye. we have another part of the schedule where we can make a little run at it. I know I understand that, but it's just we got to get this together sooner than later. I think he can make the adjustments to be a better head coach. He has the pieces. It's just this is football, bro. Any given Sunday, and we just have been on the wrong end of it for these last 3 weeks. But I think we're a real good team. I think we can turn it around.
Yeah. Those 3 or 4 plays for me, man, it kind of makes him look fucking like shit. I mean, not like shit, but it just makes him look like he's not holding the team together. He's like not being accountable, bro. I think he's all in. I think he's there, bro. Look, that throw, that fucking Kyler Murray threw, that fucking screwball drop pass that hit what's the name in the pocket, bro. There was no way, bro. It missed everybody's fingers by like fucking inches, bro. Like, it was probably one of the best throws I've ever seen in my whole fucking life, bro.
And defensively, everybody was there.
Everybody. There was no bad. The catch, the throw, everything, bro. If that would bro, that would probably be like, if that was like
it's a highlight. It's a highlight.
That's a fucking highlight for your ass, bro. And he needed that to beat us. So we're there, bro. A lot of these games, man, we're there, man. I think he just needs to just chill, take his little bruises, you know what I'm saying, and just run with it, bro. But as far as like throwing in the towel and shit and stuff like that, bro, check this out. I don't know if you're ever gonna see this, man, but we got you. Don't even trip. Just do your thing. We'll grind it out. We're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Overall, like nation, we're gonna be all right.
I think so.
Yeah, I think
have
so.
to have
Yeah, I know you got that's a dope ass jersey. And then we were talking and shit, and I go like this. Car's here with me. Hello, Derek Carr. Talk to me.
I've never seen a gray one like that.
That shit's dope.
Nice.
That shit is hella dope, bro. Hell yeah. I was like, man, you better give me one, then boy.
Only in LA, bro. Only in LA.
Yeah, no, man. You be flying all kinds of shit out there. Yeah. But nah, man. But yeah, man. Thank you guys, man. It was cool. This is a little different. I kind of like it. You know what I'm saying? But it's the lives are different. Lives are fun. You know what I'm saying? So,
I apologize yesterday, Gabe. I got back into coaching again, bro, and it was the exact same time as you were out.
No, he didn't get back into coaching, bro. He got it back into something else.
Nah, shit.
He was asking for money the other day, bro. The pressure.
The devil's dandruff, bro.
The devil's dandruff.
I need to get a haircut, get that devil's dandruff.
Yeah, no, I was gonna jump on too, and then my boy showed up, and he works right out the street, so he showed up, and yeah. So, anyways, brother, but yeah, man, we're just gonna go to finish it out, man. Thank you guys for showing up, or actually not showing up, but fucking when you guys actually see the video or watch it, whatever or not, please like, comment, subscribe, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, leave comments, bro.
Yeah, leave comments and respond to them next one.
I'll respond. I'll respond to them.
I'll respond to them too, bro. Like, I respond to every single one. I was even playing the Madden one, and me and fucking Jay was going back and forth. He's like, "Oh, well, if you streak this," and we're going back and forth in the comments, bro. I like doing that shit, man. But yeah, man, it was a pleasure, man. Next week we will be doing 2 lives. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. So we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully, we have a good game, man. All right.
Check you out, my dog. Check you out, Gabe.
All right, man. You guys have a good one. All right.
Yeah, man.
Peace.
I don't believe they're frauds. I think they'll be there in the end.
Gee, what a season for the Raiders. Yeah, considering everything that they went through, right? From the John Gruden things to the Henry Ruggs to the players with the gun.
Playing Call of Duty.
Playing Call of Duty.
Either, but they're not even close to being the best team in their division. They're a wild card team at best.
If Derek Carr is not the quarterback of the Raiders, they're not here.
Kind of remake their roster a little bit here today. They matched Chandler Jones with Max Crosby. They had Rocky Sin in the secondary. They lose Yannick Ngakoue.
Devontae Adams, in a massive move here, MJ, is headed to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Quick flight. Go, man. Third grade year. I saw it on the video. NFL star, NBA star. Charles Woodson jersey up the top. So it's been documented.